Trinidad Chevron tarantula grooming himself. So I thought that I'd show you guys. Pretty cool to see. Tarantulas, one thing that's not often portrayed about insects and spiders and tarantulas are the fact that they really clean themselves a lot. They're constantly grooming themselves, cleaning off their chemoreceptors like their antenna and their feet so that they can continue to sense the world and stay clean. Hi David, how's it going? Hello Miriam, how are you doing? Hello Rita or Retta. Let me know how to pronounce your name, please. Hope you guys are doing well. So yeah, I'm gonna flip, and thanks for the awards, David. How's it going? Hello, Sipa Fault. I see that you're saying hi from Twitter/Periscope. And quick reminder too, before we get too far in and we take a closer look, I invite you to use my referral code to join over on HAPS, since Periscope will become read-only on March 31st. So go join us on HAPS now, or you can also follow along on Twitch and my YouTube channel, and then also Bug Ambassador, my Facebook page, which also get the stream pushed to them, and also my Twitter page as well. When will I be getting the microscope? My name is Issa B. Oh yeah, that's my name. Yeah, so the funds just got transferred like a day ago, and so I will be ordering that soon. I'll keep you posted. Okay, I do want to flip this around so we can take a look, because the thing with animals is you don't know how long a behavior is going to last, and I don't want to miss it. But you can kind of see right now how his foot is bent in towards his mouth. Let's take a look. Hi, Craig. Hope you're well. Good to see you. Are you coming over to HAPS, Craig? Please come join us, and when you do, use my referral code. They're having a little promotion right now for referrals, and whoever gets the most referrals before the end of March gets $1,000, which would be great to use for the bug scope purposes. And so yeah, get your friends to use my referral code. Right now, the person in the lead has like 90 referrals, which is a lot, but I think that I can compete with that. Right now I just have 5 because it started yesterday. But anyway, okay, yeah, let's go take a look at Fluffy up close. Hi Trevor, how's it going? Okay, flipping. Okay, here's Fluffy. All right, so you can see Fluffy getting all that fluff. The leg, you can see those fangs. Fluffy is daintily, very carefully using his fangs to manipulate and bring in his feet towards his mouth to do some grooming. Keeping it clean. Gotta look good for the ladies, right, Fluffy? Gotta maintain all that fluff. All those long CD can get caught up in residues and things like that. So I'll put my macro lens on so we can get even closer. Let's see if I can steady my hand as well a little more on the surface. So sorry if it's a little bumpy. Okay, let's try this. So that you can see his 2 fangs drawing in his foot towards his mouth. All right, macro lens is going to go on now so we can get a closer look. Hi, Fluffy. And I'll zoom in a little bit as well. Up close to a tarantula mouth. His version of a blowout end style. That's right. Josh, how's it going? High five to you too. He sure is active. Yeah, I don't know why. Sorry about the shakiness. It's definitely a little harder to hold it still when we're zoomed in. But hopefully I'll... Trevor, we do have to have a meetup after COVID. Michigan meetup. Yeah, it's always intrigued me how the mouths of many animals, especially ones that, of many animals have red. If anybody knows why that is, I feel like there must be some sort of biological explanation, but I don't know if it's determined why. It's a great view of fangs. You can really see those fangs It's really cool to see. I haven't really seen this before from this sort of angle. This is one of the benefits of having an arboreal spider, is that they'll be upside down on glass, and that's a view you don't get to see as much with the terrestrial species. So going through all 8 legs and the pedipalps. I think this is one of his pedipalps. It's a little thicker. Let me scroll down the comments. I'm trying to hold my phone really steady so I'm not able to scroll with the comments as easily. Oops. Taking a break or a pause. I wonder if he feels the vibration of my hand leaning against the glass. Hopefully it won't scare him. This is a great view. Yeah. Trevor's red mouth hair. Yeah. Even pitcher plants, which eat bugs, have redness oftentimes on the inside. Here we go. Next leg. Do some combing, some brushing. It looks like those hairs by the mouth are even wet, which is really interesting to see too. Hopefully, someone tag AA Strumming to see, because AA Strumming's always asking up about how Fluffy's doing. I'll tag him at the end of the broadcast if he doesn't pop in for this one. I wonder how often Fluffy grooms, says Ileana B. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, they do groom pretty frequently, but how often do they groom, like, all parts of their body? Like, do a thorough, complete wash down? Yeah, good question. Yeah, it's very cool. Go, Fluffy, go. Oh, Trevor said, I found a nasty-looking centipede in the corner of my grandparents' living room last night. I'll send you a picture. Oh, thanks for tagging. AA Strumming. Hopefully they'll pop in. Is Fluffy only grooming one foot? Fluffy is grooming, it seems like, all of his feet. You can also see some of the iridescence on the foot as well, which is part of the threat now, gnashing those fangs and rubbing the feet down here. Maybe this one's extra dirty, and so it's getting extra attention. But he was doing the legs on the other side before I started broadcasting. So, but yeah, you can see the slight iridescence. I'll zoom in over on this iridescence of the green on the legs. You can get a good view showing why the internet, why Periscope nominated and selected and voted for naming Fluffy Fluffy, all those fluffy hairs. Nice intimate view of a tarantula. We can't see his eyes because they're on the other side of the body, but you can really see how those fangs are on the underside of what's called the chelicera. The chelicera, or the chelicerae, whichever you want to call it, are one of the defining characteristics of the arachnid class, which also includes scorpions and also daddy longlegs and vinegaroons and amphipygids. You can see the way that those fangs are tucked in, kind of bent in, and so they can really extend the fangs if they need to. And they also will use the cheliceran fangs to excavate burrows. They carry out a bunch of soil. So they use it for more than just injecting venom into their prey. And if you take a look too, hey Dan, how's it going? If you take a look too, like if you see how dark those fangs are, they are very dark because they're very highly sclerotized. That's the term we use for the process of hardening that occurs when an insect or spider or some other arthropod molts. When they molt, they're super soft, but their body goes through the sclerotization process where the proteins, the I need to review this, but where the chemicals, the makeup of that exoskeleton hardens, sclerotizes. So there's a new word for you if you weren't familiar with it before. Everyone say it with me, sclerotization. Sclerotization. So, and that results in that dark color. That dark color gives you the clue that it's a very tough and solid and strong part of a tarantula's body. And it needs to be if it's going to pierce into animals that are going to be struggling and trying to get away. It needs to be strong to pierce through the tough exoskeletons of some of its prey. So, Dan says, I am in awe. This is so neat. Yeah, it's fun to watch. Just a day in the life of Fluffy the Trinidad tarantula. And other, like I said before, many insects will clean their feet. Many spiders will clean their feet too. This is a really nice view of it because we're looking at an arboreal tarantula here, a Trinidad chevron named Fluffy. And because he's arboreal, he often goes on the glass. And so we get a whole other view that we wouldn't otherwise get. Sclerotization. Yeah, thanks for spelling it out. Oh yeah, autocorrect didn't like it. Yeah, so it's SC. I'll try to type it in. Whoops. My autocorrect probably won't like it either. Sclerotization. I actually might be spelling it wrong because I haven't spelled it right. So do double check that. A little disclaimer about how I spelled it, but it's sclerotization. Might be an O in there, but it's on the right track to how to spell it. If someone wants to double check it for me and post that word in the chat, please do so. But Donna says, we have vinegaroons here and they look so strange. Totally. Oh yeah, like when you say that, you mean like out in the desert, or do you have them as pets? Let's go take a look up the body of Fluffy as well while we're at it. A little tour of Fluffy's underbelly. Here's where all the legs are connected. Then up here is Fluffy's fluffy abdomen and spinnerets, which for some reason, Fluffy lost his spinneret at one point, so he only has one spinneret, one fluffy spinneret, and maybe one long fluffy spinneret. I don't know. I was hoping he might grow back the other spinneret because they can regenerate limbs, but that has not happened yet, unfortunately. And now that Fluffy's an adult, I really don't think he's going to molt again. If Fluffy was a girl, Fluffy would continue to molt. I think that the females will continue to molt as adults, but to my knowledge, I don't think that the males do, but double check that as well. Not 100% sure. Hi, Ragnar. How are you doing? Google said sclerotization. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so it's spelled Sclerotization. Thank you, Trevor. What are the claw things called? Tarsal claws? Are you talking about the fangs that we're looking at? Or are you talking about the tips of spider legs? Here, I'll go to the tip of one of Fluffy's feet and we'll take a look. See if we can see it. Okay. See those little nubby things? Those are the tarsal claws. I'll zoom in more, but it might not look very great. But right there, those little nubby things are, oops, did I just flip the camera? No, I didn't. Those little nubby things are tarsal claws. Oh, here, let's look at this one. The freshly cleaned foot. Let's take a look. Sorry, the container's trying to get a grip here. You can see Fluffy looking for a grip, which is kind of interesting to see. It reminds me of a caterpillar moving around trying to get a grip. You can do it, Fluffy. There, Fluffy found a grip. Okay, let's zoom in here. Whoops. So you can kind of see the hardened, very sclerotized tarsal claw that Fluffy has. Sorry that it's very small, so I know it's a little grainy at this point. But in this case, there's nothing to hold on to with the claw. So I think that Fluffy is more relying on the pad of the foot. Here you can see the two tarsal claws that are kind of just off to the side. They're not doing much. But because there's no rough surface to hook them onto. But doesn't matter for Fluffy. Fluffy still has good grip and is able to hold on to glass. So let's go back down here and see what's happening in the front of Fluffy. Here's the front leg. Let's see what that one looks like up close. I can zoom in. Whoops. So sorry, I think the blinking is from my, you know how iPhones these days have more than one camera lens? I think when I zoom in a bunch, it tries to flip to the other camera, but it's being covered right now by my, it's being covered by my, what's it called? Macro lens. So here's another foot. Fluffy is grooming another leg. Yeah, sorry the glass isn't cleaner. I spray a lot of water in here day to day, and so the water will leave a bunch of little, cloudy residue marks. So it's a constant way that the glass gets a little more foggy. But yeah, so this is Fluffy, daily ablution, the daily ablutions of a tarantula. I don't know if it's daily, I don't know how frequent this is, but it's definitely not like rare. But this is the first time I have seen him. Oops. Oh, he was just cleaning his pedipalp, I think, and that's why we saw that little hardened tip come out from there, because that is the part that transfers the genetic material to a female. The sexy bits of a tarantula are down there on the pedipalps. Yeah. Tarantulas are interesting creatures, says Trevor. Indeed, indeed. All right, so I think I'll wrap this up. I think we got a lot of video, a lot of footage here of, oh wow, interestingly that the hairs have dried up pretty fast too. They were pretty wet earlier, the red ones around Fluffy's mouth. But yeah, I think we saw a good amount of the cleaning. I'll take the macro lens off now and zoom out, and so that's basically how the sexy bits. Yep. That's how a spider tarantula takes a bath and cleans itself. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that intimate view of Fluffy, and take care and have a great weekend. Cheers, everyone. Good night.